Hello and welcome back to the start of the Romanian-Yugoslavian War. World War? No, there's nothing else going on anywhere else. It's just this bit. This bit is the problem. Honest. Well, it's not even honest. That's what everyone's going to think. It's what keeps happening. We've already poked a couple of our others, although we should have just taken that bit, shouldn't we? But we were hoping to get the focus trees to work to or to play along for us, but they didn't. So we haven't, and now they're an annoying single region of pink. Oh well. So as we continue with this now, potentially due to the don't go, no, oh no, okay. Are you not? Come along. I didn't click the button, did I? Bring them in. Extend the front lines. There we go. Actually utilize the whole length of what we have. Yeah, it was a silliness. At least we noticed it nice and quickly. So, that should hopefully make this a fair bit shorter. As we've got quite significant superiority to the opposition. As I was saying in the end of the last episode, we don't still have a proper armoured corps. We have, one and a bit light tank regiments, which are not the heaviest. Where is... I can't properly show it from the screen. I'll go to the other one. They are a little on the light hand side of things. 4 and 3, they were not even full or any form of usable width just yet. So centre's not doing too bad at holding. We've got minor little cluster taken. Oh, are you actually no, you can carry on that way. So Germany's done the pact and they're about to start the war. You are doing other bits. Oh, we've taken some documents. Thank you very much. Good. We come this way then. Do a little jig around. So well, we got 22 there, 39 there. I'm okay with that. What do we got here? You two. You go that way. You go that way. We'll just do a little bit of this. Just because I didn't really set the plan up quite effective enough, or not effective, but robust enough to deal with the splits. What else do we just do? Another one over here. Set that one going as well. So yeah, and it's okay. I'll just set the convoy one to chew up some of the extra dockyards we're going to possibly overrun. So I'll take this, and then the general idea with this is if we can do it quickly enough. I'm not sure we're quite going to get there. We've got about a month or so. We may just go straight into a Greek focus and attempt, yes, doing quite nicely here. We just need to actually take Belgrade primarily, I think. We'll finish this off for us. So yeah, as much as we could have assisted in there a little bit. Now, can we... No, they're not. They're not. Do we really have that many Oh, now that we've taken a load off of them, maybe we probably don't have the right ratio anymore, do we? So we're starting to get to the point where I'd be considering changing this one up. However, also, because at some point or another we are going to hit a proper faction war is the only other thing I'm concerned about. Because admittedly, you should be able to Oh yeah, you've got... Yes, you get absolutely massive amounts of these. Now, where is the faction? Because you are only non-aligned, so you could join a faction. It is a slight concern, actually. I hadn't really thought of that one. As is, and as could... we're guaranteeing them, apparently. As could you if we do the same thing on you. So we certainly don't want to join or create a faction ourselves. And if we do get into a fight with one, I don't actually think this will help. Because we'll just be dead. They'll come over and splatter us all over the floor, because all of the big powers are definitely more capable than we are for the moment. What else could be utilised at the moment? I mean, you certainly actually could use one of them, but I don't know if that will be the best. No, I think actually maybe we do just go with this guy. We know we are going to want him. Finishes things off nicely, and for the occasions where we are simply on top of some of it, it does help with suppressed stuff in case we have a long-term occupation on our hands. So we got a little bugger attempting to sneak past. I don't want you to cut my guys off. There we go. So Yugoslavia, take all mine. All mine. Well, that worked more extensively than expected, really. What do they want? They want to give us some things. I'm guessing they're guns. No. Thank you. So, what have we gained from them? I want... No, that takes it to a different thing now. I don't want that. I want this one. So what planes... What are you on about? Oh, they haven't showed up yet. Okay, let's pause on that part of it then. Let's just frontline the Greeks. Put a basic front line in here. Get back to normal, put you to that. Where are our airy planes? Don't want you doing that just yet, but I think... Oh no, we can move you forward a little bit. We'll move you to there. And then, yep, we'll just tick you over, get things to go where they're supposed to. So how's our production going? How many factories and bits do we have? So, we have a fair few now of these guys. What's the actual split? 38, 3, 42. So we don't have too many dockyards still, so our navy is still going to be pathetic. But we're getting a passable number of normal factories now. A fair bit of broken up infrastructure, which isn't overly surprising. I should have shoot you up here in the wrong colourness. Anyway, so... No, okay, how many more of these? We should have another tech drop soon as well. We've got a few spaces. Still concerned about using you, depending on what happens with the Soviets. So while we've still got other stuff going on, I think we leave that as is. What do we have? So we have a fair few extra tanks and things now. And there's that one, indeed. So maybe... do we start converting some civilian factories? If we drop the next one of these as well, it should take it to actually being cheaper. If my ad hoc, not proper maths takes on, because that takes us to like an 80% speed bonus. And if we go here, although it's not worth building and then converting, because that's like what, 15,000. I don't know. I think we're not too fussed for the moment. We've still got spaces. We don't need to consider conversion just yet. The other thing to consider, how much production are we doing on something? So we still need more steel, mainly. However, the other thing is, now that we've got that law going, we are exporting a fair amount of some of these materials, although we're not using, like, steel is the only one that we could use not selling, but it's not worth it. For the bonuses we're getting in it, we can trade away a few factories for the steel. The others are all still plus, so the extraction techs aren't necessarily necessary yet either. Where are we? 39. We've got the 38 encryption decryption. I think we'll actually start doing those, because the likelihood of us accidentally triggering a faction are starting to get a bit higher. So you've got... so you're going to finish about as we finish that. Then you're going to trigger World War, basically, because you're already in the Allies. So yes, so you're going to trigger World War before too long. So before 2 months are gone, we're going to have large-scale fighting elsewhere. Where are you going? You're over there. That's still fine then. Quite happy with this. Is that different? No, just haven't. Maybe that is different. I don't think that one's been in there before, has it? No, I don't think it is, because I'm pretty sure that used to be the only one in there. Anyway, they're not coming for us just yet. That's all I'm overly concerned about right at this moment in time. So you lot are down here, but you're wandering around in mountains, which is what's hurting you a little bit. We might be overdoing our supplies as well. How are you? 22, 40. You're okay as is, I suppose. That's not too bad. You're a little locked, but there's enough local and everything that the supply situation is okay. Yeah, we've got a... So that's everyone we've been wanting so far. So I think we do this. We are, I think, going to want to look into... Actually, hold on, let's pause a moment, because I'm going to need a bit of consideration here. So you're what? You're still reinforcing or something? Like, yeah, probably reinforcing units that have taken damage. So you're okay. We've got some mountain divisions now, so they could use being rejigged or swapped. We've still got some standard infantry, I think, don't we? Which is a good point. Let's swap these two symbols around. Let's swap you. What shall we use for you? What do we want our regular infantry to be? We'll use you as that one for the moment. I think that's okay. Let's see a rough distribution. So we've still got a fair amount of two types of infantry, and as well as these. These are a bit light for my taste. So we could use potentially boosting you guys, and we wouldn't mind swapping you lot for these. They need more of this stuff. How much? That's what we want to look at then. So we want some more support equipment. We've got a fair amount of. We do have just into the pluses of everything, even if some of it's being replaced. So we have scope 2. Edit you. We want field hospital. We've got recon and engineer. Which way around do we want this? Supplies, I think. Supplies. And then do we add, just so they have some better, we will need to include a production of them, but for that piercing for the moment. So what would that do to what we have? So we'd have enough support equipment for current changes. We don't have enough motorized, so that's the point. We won't be able to do this and expand our armored units just yet. And we'll definitely have to boost the anti-tank. But I think that will be the most useful use of what we have right at this moment in time. Do that, let that settle in. Oh yes, we need to actually put in a construction of anti-tank guns. Can I drag you now? I can't drag you. Why can I not drag you? It's annoying. I'll put you above the tanks. Put you in there. For now. Yes, we need quite a lot of you, and we're not currently making any, so that's okay. And also with motorized, we need quite a few of them. So we've got a few spare fighters. Let's boost you to a couple hundred. It's all good. Now that we've got those sorts of bits set up, let's give you a follow-on. No, it's just... And then again. There we are. Close that up for now. So right, so we should have got rid of that nasty party dude. Bavarian fortified. Yep, seems like it anyway. So we want to do this one, I think. Now has Mr. You haven't set yours yet, so we're going to sort of race you for this one. Italy has joined the... Yeah, we were kind of expecting that one. Yeah, that's our dude has swapped around a little bit. That's fine. We've got a different chap. Yep, still good. All happy there. Right, so is Greece getting... No, it's still just us guaranteeing their independence. The only issue with this is we basically have to take Crete, if I remember correctly from the adding up of bits and pieces, because of their such high unity. Could prove awkward, but there we go. Right, so it looks like we're going to have to trade again. We need a bit more some of these for steel. Yeah, we're going to go back to you again. 224, that's another 3, and then we want a tungsten. Who is them again? Don't really want to be boosting you quite this much, but you're the only land border there with a decent amount of the things we need. So unfortunately, that is what it is. So now that we're starting to drop some of these in, let's start boosting these. Could be... we need the other one of them as well. But yes, we could use the bonuses. Right, so where are we? We don't have enough motorized just yet for the more swaps to be in order. Let's have a look at this. Support's fine. It's anti-tank and motorized are our main issue. So it would appear like I'm going to need more of that. It will be a little while till we get that far though, won't it? So where are we? So I'm not too fussed about manually repairing those things. Let's take a moment. Right, let's put some of these in. We're not going to contest naval superiority for Eden Ages, so... so we're Crisana and Bukovina. How have you actually put them to them? So let's move these for up, and then move these two back to the very top, and then get them built first. Put some more of these in. Gonna need infrastructure over here as well before I really want to start dropping a load of factories in. So we'll leave that. That's going to take a while to finish off anyway. There we go. That should start that one off. Is it not? Yeah, there we go. So it's got things going on. Italy appears to have joined in straight up. So that means France is potentially in for a tough time. Now, what was Italy doing? Escort. Oh, good. That means you're not going straight for Greece. Which means we have a continued window of opportunity to finish off the Balkans. This would have not been allowed. It was deliberately chopped up by these guys to... yeah, they chopped up into all of these little kingdoms at the end of the first war. They wouldn't have allowed one of them to just gobble up the others without having a few words to say of it, whatever condition they were in themselves. However, there is a fair number of these little baddies over there. Still, they're not appearing to be coming for us just yet. And we are going to end up with a longer... So our entire northern border, which is exceedingly long, and wraps around into both, east and west for different reasons, is rather vulnerable and unpleasantly open. Not good. So they've got a fairly hefty selection of units in there. Greece has quite a good selection of bits. We might drop one of these guys in the offense, I suppose, as we're going to be pushing forwards there. Or maybe not. Maybe we are going to need that manpower guy. I think we might actually end up needing that manpower guy instead, actually, for the next choice. Well, actually, can we? No, we need to be at war. So we'll save this. If it doesn't tick first, let's go back up to 4 just to get this to push. But yeah, we're not going to actually use this up at least until we're at war. See if we got a higher, kind of expected. Yeah, until we've got a Luxembourg. You just ping it straight away. You're not. I doubt you've got the troops on the border to actually. Netherlands are joined. Belgium. Yeah. Do you have the men there too? Oh, maybe you do. You've got something there, Belgium. Just trigger happy war declarations everywhere. Right, so you're getting a few months out yet. We want the other one of these. We should take time as well, maybe after this, to try and grab that 5th research slot, because there are things we are neglecting. Air certainly need better planes than level 1, and we are starting to get to the point where we have the industrial clout to be considering proper amounts of those things. So, how many spare tanks have we got? So we've got a lot of spare tanks. I'm going to leave that at 3 for now. We don't have the motorized to expand our armored divisions in either manner, in either quantity or size, so boosting the amount of them we actually drop out first, yeah, that was kind of expected, which means they will turn around. And a couple of just one up there. Yep, just wait for this to be partitioned. Right, pause. Are you? Yes, you are still up for grabs. Kind of. So we shall attack them shortly. So what do we need? We need more men to gain any option on Turkey. which we may want to consider thinking of, but we do want that 5th research. We also want this one so we can start designing better tanks. I suppose that would... As we now know that one only does 7% of the, 7% of 3.5% or so. That one may have been more useful, as that would have also unlocked a full extra division, what's it, Bob? Template, that's the word. So some of these could prove useful, but we want this one, we know, because we want that company. However, it's going to be a little while. Well, I say a little while. It's a possibility of wanting that one relatively soon. Not sure whether all of those have the 5%. We could always go friendly to you, but then that means we could end up with... Yes, it's joining Mr. Soviet. It makes things easy. We want to stay ourselves for now. So yeah, maybe we do go down to the research. We need that for certain. We want to attack Greece. Well, we're not going to puppet you. We're going to chew you up if this happens. We're going to... It's not cool. Yeah, we'll manually call them afterwards. We have declared war on you. Yes, we have. We shall attack you. It's all very good. You can go this way, and you can shoot at their planes, and all get shot down because they probably have more than we do. So where are we? 39. It's extraction, which we have. Double check. Yeah, the couple of things we're short of, we don't produce enough of for that to make a noticeable difference to. That is starting to get even more interesting, because if we do manage to take Greece without others getting in the way, that will be quite useful. However, yes, a few of them have things of these now, don't they? They're going to be attacking, not defending, so don't actually need you too much. It's 39. We could drop a medium tank. We only have a limited number of the... But then we want that. We want the... Whatchamacallit, research company. Before we start making more things we're going to want to make, because of the bonuses are applied at time of research. So let's grab you. You're really consider yourself to be overpowered compared to them, so just push it real good, and so on. As you've just split that, give him another one. Yeah, there's the partition, which extends our Soviet border, which is good. He's still going elsewhere. Happy with that. Right, now that we're at war, they are not strong enough to be considered on that one. They're not even strong enough to be considered on that one. That is a pity. Now, I don't want that tank designer, I want this one, so you can wait. Let's, so that's what some of those other ones do. They give us cheap things. That's interesting. There's a few... Where are we? Can I find what I'm whittering on about? No. I'm not sure where you are. Where are you? I've seen some things which mention... Maybe it's to do with that. No. It's on about getting... I cannot see them at this moment of time. Maybe we could have used that for this one, but that's quite way away out of the way. I can't find what I'm thinking of, and I can't think of the word for it. There were some focuses here and there which mention, you got the invited British, German, and American motor companies. There's focuses around being friendly with people, and that's what it must be in reference to do with producing more or cheaper things. So these aren't quite as useful anymore. So what do we have? Shall we drop the... I think we shall. Because we can't push the conscription laws, which is going to be quite unpleasant for us quite soon. Cause not having that armoured selection of things means that we're sort of, as I think I said earlier on in a previous episode, World War One-ing this quite heavily. And getting these little lines wrong all over the place. Right, there we go. We're just throwing bodies at the problem. Why aren't you... Come on. Kill. Ah. We never did that. There we go. However, my main concern is still, I believe... Oh, that's weird. I've previously, as like Italy games, been occupying like all of this, and yeah, we're not puppeting you, just cheering you up. Thank you. Just taking it. We don't want another puppet. We wouldn't have puppeted Hungary if we thought it was... We wouldn't have this here if we thought we could have gotten away with it, and to an extent we wouldn't have minded if you refused and we'd have chewed you up as well. But that was a guess that turned out to be incorrect, and the other one is you just agreed. Annoying people, you could have had to just attack you. So yeah, we'll go back home. That's good. So what do we want you to do? What is our next... See, we can't do this one yet. We don't have enough people, and we cannot get... So maybe we do need to do one of these then. Well, we don't want that one because that replaces the Sentinel one, and that's giving us extra manpower. So that would mean going... that's annoying. Because as it stands, we cannot boost this to extensive unless we're at war with someone of equivalent strength or near equivalent strength, which is decidedly concerning for the moment. Now, given your size, let's do this lot. I have 26, that's okay. Don't go there. And then the rest of them can go onto this border. Overlap slightly on the edge there, but that's as must be. We shall string along a basic one of these. Just to give them some planning bonus. Remind me how to pick you all up. Control right, picks only that lot up. We need to do the same for you. Like, you're in faction, why aren't you? Like, those guys are in faction. I would be quite happy to have a... Let's just do that now. Oh. So that jump completely skipped France. Being overrun there. So Yep, you're getting ready to attack Denmark and Norway. There we go. So yes, our northern border is our main concern at the moment. Now, admittedly, if we were, it makes things so much easier because it wipes out one of the main powers who would be against us. We'd not have to worry about this for a large amount of time. We better reinforce the other border and see about potentially having a look at Turkey if we can figure out a man or get enough support for a communist government. I'm not sure we necessarily would. That's the only concern with that. Quite. I suppose we're only just in 39, so it'd be sort of mid-war. We'd probably be flipping. It would take us a few years to jig ourselves around enough. But I'm seriously concerned about this lack of manpower. I'm going to have a think about that one. Admittedly, we've got, what are they? They are still larger because we've got the extra supports on them, and they're not finished off yet. And then the mountain divisions we did want to increase as well. So even just with the amount of units we have at this moment in time, we do not have the manpower to rearrange them as we would like once equipment has settled itself. So I'm going to have a bit of a think and pause here to decide on the next direction for our enlarged Romania down here.